what time it is. Hey, James, how's it going?
Good. Can you hear me? We got three.
Uh, yeah, I hear you great. How's my mic?
Hi, Mike. Your mic sounds good.
Yeah, I had that. When I'm on radio, sometimes I just hold my phone up too close to my face. So
Yeah.
now I know.
Yeah. Good. There's a couple of different audio. There's a couple of different. Each of us could get our audio a little bit better. But yeah, I think we're making forward progress. It's fun.
Tis, tis. Oh yeah, yeah. Cool. Life is good. Let's see. We got 3 minutes still. Hey, Senia.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Yesy. Okay.
Strike a pose.
Feels like I'm forgetting something, but it is recording.
I like how the Zoom kind of does this weird thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool camera effects. Confirm. I have 44,569 unique slides.
Oh, congratulations.
I am so
That's a
pumped.
lot of work that you now have on hand.
Yeah, it's I can't stop browsing. I've been while it's still compiling, I'm just like, oh my God, did it find this? And because I've had there's this uh there's this library from China called Janus, and it's part of the coming AI war. Hey,
Hey,
Renee.
Renee.
I think I'll actually wait. I'm gonna wait a minute, then I'll talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It'll
When
be
everyone gets on here.
Hey, Stretch. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Hi, I'm good. I just made it back to the house after doing a little shopping and picking up and dropping off, and I got some tea going. I'm good. Hi, everybody. Hi, Yesenia. Oh my gosh, Yesenia.
Wah, wah.
Oh, I was like,
Save it.
oh, that's
Save it.
so.
Save
I
it.
Save it, save it,
Save
save
it.
it.
okay.
Hold.
Hold,
Hold.
gag Renee,
Hold.
gag
I feel like Mel
Renee.
Gibson. I'm just like, hold. This is my island. It's like, just wait. It is your island, but wait. Don't defend it yet.
Oh my gosh, good stuff, man. Magic is afoot.
Yeah. Oh, I
Magic
think we're
is
good,
afoot.
actually. I think we're
Okay,
good.
we're
Yeah.
ready? Okay.
Start recording. Go ahead.
Okay, welcome to Moon Day Jojo. I don't know what the number is, but it's magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's magic tonight. I'm ready for it. And yeah, I just wanted to, I don't think anyone's here yet, but just like practice. If there's somebody's new that wants to put their little hand up, there's a reaction button, and you just raise your little hand in the reaction button. And I was thinking, from the last dojo, watching people kind of make their dinner and everything, and I understand, and there's stuff going on, and I don't pay attention as a moderator in the chat. And I know there was a little kind of trouble in the chat. So if you're going to go make your dinner or whatever, and you just want to listen, just turn your camera off. It's a little distracting. And yeah, that's what I had to say. If James has anything to add to that.
Yeah, I kind of do. I feel like uh, I did a disservice. Uh, I think I had lower calories than I normally do on Friday, and I think if I would have had more calories, I would have acted differently. And so I regret not having more calories. I know that when I have more calories, I'm much more accommodating and patient than I was on Friday. Um, and so that's a real thing. And I'm really embarrassed about it. I've discussed it with each of the mods. I like called them afterwards, and I was like, "I fucking suck," and blah blah blah. And it was a just sort of uh, uh, I just needed to be seen. And I've still considered everything that I said. I still think everything I said is valid. I didn't call anyone names. I think that I raised my energy, and that energy scared this person, and they said that Gabby said that that scared her, but she said it in chat, which kind of made me mad because It was what the reason why I snapped Friday was that I don't want to hear sideline stuff from the chat. It's so deteriorating, and I think the weakest moment was when I compared it to Amanda. I think that that's a form of dehumanizing someone. Amanda's a human, by the way, but I'm just saying, hey, your behavior is this other person's behavior. That is a form of dehumanizing someone, but also I'm dehumanizing someone that won't fricking show up in dojo and show their face and actually say something versus from the chat. So there's really not a lot of other choice that I have. And I don't expect you guys to understand why I might come up to someone in the dojo and say, hey, man, you have to go. I would imagine it would be as difficult as if you were in a coffee shop or in a bar or in a bookstore or at a concert and you're watching the performer or the owner or the bartender, the person that would technically make more money by this person being there, and you're watching them say, hey, stop behaving that way, and that you would be able to compassionate and go, hey, the fact that this person's already going to be hurting their bottom line by trying to hurt them or push them away or push them out is already a sign that there's something that's not invested here in the sense of he's already pushing against his idea that he wants more people here. I don't expect you to compassionate that. It's shallow witness. I feel betrayed and cornered when there's enough shallow witness around. The hyena are real. And when I catch pop offs from the chat, I feel that way. I have a right to feel that way. I've been looking through the dojo library. Holy cow, all the things that have happened in the dojo. It is a very real thing. So uh, I have to be careful even about how I'm apologizing. I cannot apologize for what I said. I'm apologizing because if I would have had more calories, if I would have had more sleep, frankly, not because I'm working hard, it's I made a decision with mice and I got to fix that decision and it's okay. But it's like, anyway, I say this all the time, guys. If you show up with lower calories, if you're clear, in my opinion, you're probably going to feel bad because you're like, wow, I wish I would have had more calories. So that's how I feel. Watching the behavior sense in the chat, I think I was more than spot on, honestly. I think it's even more clear. And I hate being the bouncer, but I don't hate being the bouncer. It's a red pheasant, as Lori reminded me, and it's a beautiful one. Fucking hate that bird, but it's a beautiful bird. It's a beautiful bird. Like fucking bird, fucking bird. It's like this is how it feels. This is why it's a red pheasant. You're spectacularly annoyed by it. So those are all the things. I I have considered how to entertain this. Do I try and accommodate a crouching atmosphere? Do I take on a crouching posture and make sure that no one feels scared? And I'm not gonna. I can't do that. I've been cornered in that way, and look, you just don't fucking like me. If I'm violent because of my energy, I get it. My fucking energy is intense. You're not the first person to fucking tell me that. I've been hearing that, frankly, since I was 12. So what do you want me to do? Um, Believe it or not, I am always pissing on my own flame 24/7. It really is a lot. You'd be surprised. It really takes a lot to keep this flame as tame as it is sometimes. And that I'm not proud of that. It's just that it's a fountainhead. So I'm not going to be able to do a dojo if we don't do that. If I would have had more calories, I think I would have had more patience, more trust, I should say, with Cameron. I think honestly, Cameron probably would have said something about what was happening in the chat. And so I feel like I abandoned him um, because of my lower calories too. I hope you can just see that I don't want to dwell on this, but I just hope you can see that I have my own level of vitriol just like you guys do. I dwell on it all the time. This is all the time. I'm just sharing with you a little bit of it. This is the haunting of the reef of Dojo. But I really mean it. If we make it expensive to do dojo in the chat, I think Patreon becomes more of a, hey man, I wrote this, or hey, I created this, or hey, does anyone see this, or here's a funny ass meme, or hey, I'm really upset about something. All that's appropriate, but I don't want it to be the regular. Let's process half of an energy exchange fucking here. It has always been used as a tool of manipulation, and it's always been wrapped in this candy of, well, I'm shy and I'm mousy and you have to accommodate my need to hide myself everywhere except for when it's exceptionally, amazingly interesting that it happens right now. That right here, there's a sudden show of confidence. I do want confidence, but I need you to bring your ass to the mat. And if it really meant that much, I think that tonight would have been a good opportunity to say that. So I'm trying to process these feelings on my own. I'm actually over it now. I've wasted a lot of energy on. I feel wasted though because it's uh it's unfortunate. But this is red pheasant land territory. I don't need to keep talking about this, but those are things that I'm frankly glad that I got to at least put on the dojo record. It's in the transcript now. It's in the woods. So that's all I'll say about that. Thanks.
Yeah. Cameron, do you have anything to respond, or Renee? I don't know if your hand was up or you're just waving. Okay. So we can move on if that is complete.
I think there's been enough calories put into it.
Okay.
I really do. I mean, there are things I could say, but I just don't think it's necessary at this point since but
I
I
guess,
completely agree with what James has done if you're saying that she is no longer in the Patreon.
No, I haven't done anything. I'm just
Oh,
no, I haven't done anything. I'm just saying that I was hoping maybe she might be here tonight. I'm not going to say, well, you have to be here tonight, you know. So, it felt like enough an emergency where maybe it was part of why I was thinking it'd be a good idea to do it tonight, but that's okay.
hmm.
But I will say that what is discussable, I think, is, I mean, not that we can't talk about that, but one thing that isn't really related, but is I think just as crucial is this idea about mods. Um, I wasn't. It was a really just bad form on my part. Friday, it was a free dojo to anyone on Patreon. I brought some really heavy magic into that dojo, and I had super low calories. Three really poor forms that I'm embarrassed about. And I can't stress enough how much I need mods to literally have the strength to stop me. I'm not saying you guys don't have it, but it really is crucial. Um, if anything, until we have like that really down. If we could somehow find a way to curtail my behavior on Friday, it'd be better. And if not, me as the owner of the dojo is senpai, sensei, whatever, should maybe not be talking nearly as much, like if at all. And I've never saw dojo needing for me to talk as much as I do. But I just can't help it because I just really enjoy uh it's a kind of energy dance, and I really love that. I can't
I
do
think
that and be mod because of how energetically authoritative I am in this situation, which is why the mod is such a crucial arch nemesis of me.
so. It wouldn't work for just anybody to, because I can interrupt you, no sweat. I'm sorry I do it too much, but you need it to be an official person. Just a thought.
I don't quite understand what you said, Deb. So, uh,
Oh, James was talking about somebody stopping him when he's on a, when he's going off on a tirade. I don't have any problem at all stopping him with some kind of humorous interruption or whatever, or question. I do that by accident, so I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah, it's not a tirade. I don't mind you calling it that. It's not that I'm like, because I really need to have tirades. If I'm going to have a tirade, I need to be able to have a tirade. So, but
Yeah.
it is maybe it's just hard. You're not following it. Actually, I only need the mods to follow it. This is probably just a mod only conversation. But just to say it really quick, because I think it's helpful to hear it. If you see me come on the mat, I can't be mod. I cannot be mod and on the mat at the same time. I can't do it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
When you're mod and I see you come on the mat, I don't know if you note, if you go back, you will notice that I turn into mod. I turn into mod and I instantly just want to coax more. I want to make sure everyone's following the rules. I want to make sure that like I turn into that role. So it's a switching kind of a situation. Just something to consider. There's a lot of other, I think, more personal dojo stuff to talk about, but this is more mod stuff. And we as mods, uh, we didn't we didn't do so good Friday. That's all. I mean, that's all I'll say. So talk about me, but I'm gonna blame them because it just there's plenty to go around. There's a lot of shame Friday. So
Cameron, do you want to, your hand's up. Do you want to just comment on this while we get Yesenia out?
Sure, thanks. Yeah, as far as like falling short as a moderator, I felt like the last two sessions that I was involved in, which was this last Friday and the Wednesday before that, I allowed James to be made to feel vulnerable twice, with Stefan the first time where he um chimed in and spoke without raising his hand. Each time wanting to talk about archaics, which was not welcome conversation. Uh, you know, first one was on him, second one was definitely on me, and then the third one, that was it was just I was glad that you were there, Lori, to help me be a little more assertive in that situation. Um, I can find assertiveness in some situations. With what happened on Wednesday, or I'm sorry, on Friday, I thought actually I haven't rewatched it yet, and that's me falling short. I should have watched it just to be prepared for this. But as far as the way it felt in the conversation, I was very pleased with the way the conversation was moving after the live stream, and then and I told this to James, and I did have the intention of calling Gabby to the mat for what she said. Um, I am not very assertive at interjecting and wedging my space, even though that's actually I should feel at liberty to do that. I don't tend to do that in conversation. Uh, that's something that I need to figure out how to be more assertive and to figure out uh, with how to just again, there are a lot of things here. I think it's usually been a standard to show your face when you're speaking, or if you're gonna participate in dojo, usually especially if you're an unknown quantity or an unknown entity, to show yourself. So I think that didn't bode well for the way that was handled on Friday, as far as that being. I don't know, I'm not making a lot of sense, except for that. Yeah, I do feel. As I expressed in the chat again and again, I mean, that was something I should have brought here, I suppose. And I don't know if it actually even accomplished anything because it was really just me trying to uh, claim responsibility for using the term that was so volatile in that day. I was way above my pay grade, and
yeah,
James was handling it well, and so I really feel like that maybe I opened the door for Gabby to behave that way. Whenever I don't think that might have happened if I hadn't said the word. I think if James had said the word, the conversation, which I felt like was growing in a great direction, and we were really,
I'm going to
I
call
feel like,
you out on that, Cameron. I don't think that's
She
true at
said
all.
that before, Cameron, she said that before you
Yeah.
said the word, so.
oh, did she?
And I re-listened to the dojo and I didn't think James was off key at all. I think it was right on time, right on schedule. And I listened to it and he might be, having this whatever, but I think it was a level up because that was just like if you're gonna come to dojo, that's one of the rules. You show up and pay attention. You don't like, throw shit down on the chat. So Cameron, I thought, yeah, maybe, putting that stuff like why you didn't have the calories and you had the person in there and you were a little distracted. But I think you're really hard on yourself. So I'm going to say calling you out on that. It's over analyzing on something that I
Yeah.
don't think I
Uh,
didn't see it.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. I just, I do want to do better because I do think again, and I mentioned this that yes, it's a sacred space for,
Yeah, and this is how we
so
do like this is exactly it. So this is what I want to happen. I'm really glad that we're discussing this in front of everyone else. And because being a mod is holding a different kind of energy. It really is. It's a very tricky role. I encourage everyone to try it when you're ready because you really do find yourself going, wow, I can't just listen. I actually have to actively engage and make sure that the energy here is, you're painting with that. You're painting with that focus. And I think you're doing great. Like I said, I already explained, but I'm really, really happy with the mods, and I'm really happy with the last two experiences. It's those are just two of many. There's so many. So, yeah, thanks. Carry
I
on.
Yeah.
wanted to say one more thing about Stepan. I think it worked right for Lori to bust his balls because it had to come from a woman. I think it was much deeper than if it would have been from you. He's
Yeah.
one of those guys that likes having, power.
yeah, no,
That's really interesting energy we could talk about sometime. I mean, we could go a lot into that whole energy because I really think that's a really good gift that came in, and we got to see all that and react to it too. So.
Renee, do you have something to add to this
Yeah.
conversation? Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add on to it if you don't mind, Yesenia. Cameron, I think you've done amazing with the dojos you've been moderating. You have really had a run of pretty intense stuff. And whenever you watch them, I'm just like so grateful that you just, it's a lot. It's a lot, especially with people that have been in the dojo for a while, like the pie situation. Like I just wanted to thank you.
Yeah.
And it's really like trial by fire for you, but you're doing great. Meanwhile, just, I'm just so, so glad. One thing that I noticed with this last dojo with Gabrielle was that she put that comment in about 20 minutes after James had finished talking about the subject and inserted that when Brad was talking. So the fact that she waited that long to then drop that bomb, I was like, I didn't see that in the chat. I wasn't paying attention. So at that point to the chat, but in watching it, seeing the timing in between when she posted that just told me a lot that this was very passive aggressive. And I'm not in her head. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know this woman. I have no idea. I know she likes to write a lot, and put that in the patron. And she said that she did want to practice her writing and her speaking skills. But hey, there's consequences to those types of things. And James, I really liked what you said. Why is this a tragedy? Why is this, like
Yeah,
this
and
is
this is why it's hard, right? Because she decided to share so much again in the chat after Friday. I asked her not to, so now we're talking about more about data that she put in the chat instead of in Dojo. But yeah, it's only fair that we would explain it. She brought it up as I'm, you know, I don't want to uncharacterize her feelings, but she was devastated. She was hurt. She didn't understand. She was confused. She was just trying to get along and have connections in the world, and all those are valid things except for I don't know why she's confused. I really stuck my feelings out to exactly tell her here's why here's what you did is kind of fucked up. It's just you're dojoing from the sideline, and here's I made that clear again, and I didn't crouch to her. I
exactly.
realized it was a red pheasant, and I said, "Look, if you want to be confused, if you want to be hurt, then you were hurt and confused." And it's exactly what happened with Pi. And it sucks to be the boss. It sucks to be the bus driver. That's like, "Look, man, I gotta fucking go. Okay, we gotta fucking go. If you're not gonna go, then you're not gonna go. That's it." And I know these people are like, if you stop the bus and you come to me and you come to my house and you beg me to get on the bus, I will get on the bus. I know they're saying that. And I wish that they knew that I can't do that. I wish that they knew that the second I do that once, we are fucked, guys. We are fucked. I'm telling you, we're fucked. And I have to do it as little as possible. I have to do it as little as possible. And part of the shame of it is that it's going to have shallow witness. Not to call him out, but like Clinton is going to, maybe Clinton wasn't there Friday and he's like, what the fuck's going on? Why is he yelling at this guy? And gee, what a dick, man. This guy's a fucking power hungry egotist. I'm just saying that how can I not feel this way about it? I don't want to be the boss. I don't want to kick anyone out of the bar. I don't want to kick anyone out of the coffee shop. Do you know how hard it is to keep the coffee shop open? I want people buying coffee, right? But it's like, doesn't that show you, not you, Clinton, I'm not saying you, but like that should show people that I'm not fucking around. I'm not, I'm not doing this arbitrarily. I'm not the way she was presenting it was I've been pinned for some innocent thing that I've been pinned for, that I've been singled out and I've been declared this enemy, and I get how it would feel that way because I said it reminds me of the behavior of Amanda, and it reminds me of the behavior of someone who's been here before. The last visage of that energy was called Amanda. It's many visages. Before that, it was Alora. Before that, it was, oh, let's see, Sarah. Then you got Jen. Then it's a
I think
future.
James, I want to own this. I think us women have done this passive aggressive thing. We're very afraid of confrontation generally, and coming into this equal balance of this Aquarian age and being able to speak and speak with like an authority. I mean, so that kind of behavior, especially if you've got looks, it really is. It's been rewarded, and so I really think it was a red pheasant, and I'm really Yesenia is here waiting patiently, and I think she's going to come to the mat like with honor, and I want to honor and respect her for showing up and doing this work. So without further ado, if anyone else has anything, I would love to welcome Yesenia to the mat.
Hello, everyone. See, I have a little bit more calories today. And I want to say, why are we talking about somebody that isn't here? And if you can't afford to be here, goodbye. But on the word nigger and nigga, I want to say because I when Lori made that call out last dojo, she wishes somebody, of color or brownness was here. I just want to speak and say, where I come from in Miami, nigga is a male pronoun. So like it was something in my vernacular where I also had to have like a magic revival with that word. I had to redefine that relationship with that word myself, so it is very magical. Um, for Saturday, as y'all maybe saw my entry, I don't know. I didn't come here with the proper calories. I took the co-pilot. I probably should have been in the YouTube chat, to be quite honest. But I was here. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to chill in a beanbag chair, and I realized I'm expected. It's like if I come into my store as an AGM and expected to act as a subordinate. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not what we pay you for. So I understand that that's what I did on Saturday, but the word sewage really just it really hurt. And after I did some medicine work, I realized that I should write about this and really see like where I'm at. I was really mad at you, James, but then I realized I wasn't really mad at you. I was just mad at something that's happened continuously and I've allowed it. And I put you on such a pedestal that I've realized I don't have to do that anymore. So maybe that was my medicine. I'm still figuring that out today.
I'm in the dark
So did
about
you re-listen to Saturday? Okay, so did anyone re-listen? I did go back to re-listen. Okay, so you did say sewage. You said Yesenia is in the sewage. And I think you might have meant stewardage, but I think you said sewage. You definitely said sewage.
wow.
Yeah, it
I
was.
heard Sulu.
I thought I said Sulu chair. I mean, in my
I
mind,
heard it again. I played it slow. I put it on a slower thing, and
You
it was
did? Okay.
yeah,
Sulu. I'm
yeah.
like,
I
it's.
mean,
I actually made it slower. Like, wait a minute, I gotta hear this more. Yeah, it was
so
Sulu.
this is a great
We talked
opportunity.
about this, James and I, about the whole Star Trek thing.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, actually,
that's
yeah, we had actually
funny.
like a day or two before, I had actually sort of, I mean, no offense, but I'd sort of given everybody like, don't you think this person's this person? And like, don't you think this person's this person? And it Yesenia, there's a little bit of toss up between Chekhov and Sulu, but it was like clearly Sulu. And then we were like, Cameron would have been a Chekhov, but he has too much veteran, like he's been around too much. And so like he's really chief science officer. So it's like I'm just saying that this is fantastic. I had no idea that I said something that sounded that way, and I probably said those words. So this is what I mean about reality. I want you to know that there's no one's misinterpreting. You're literally interpreting, and good job interpreting. I probably did say those words, but anyway.
And that's the thing, like now this makes it even more clear of where my self-talk is, like that filter of perception about myself. Because to hear that and to like, and that's the thing, this isn't the first time this has happened where I think someone's shit talking me, but
Wow.
it's really that I'm projecting this out to reality and I'm shit talking myself.
So that's why you
And
were quiet, because the whole time I was like, "What happened to
I
where's?"
was I
That's
was
the whole
crying
time I
like a
was.
little baby.
Oh my.
I'm so sorry. Like
Oh,
now I feel embarrassed, but a good embarrassment. It's a blanket I'll wear for tonight.
well, it cuts me like a knife, but I'm glad you told me. Seriously, like I mean that. Like, but oh, it also cuts me. This happened before. I brought this up about you. Uh, yeah, you've done this before. You're actively sabotaging a lot. Yeah. I mean, uh, you know, maybe, maybe I misspoke because I sensed that. Maybe I said sewage because I just, I can't think of any time I've even considered you anything but just I'm just honored to have you here. You represent such an important part of the generation. Like seriously, it's just crucial. Actually moved that Saturday. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
I've
I remember
reached out to I've reached
asked
out
me.
to you a lot. Yeah, so
James
I
asked me
feel
what
like you know this, Jasenia, but it's like, damn girl,
I know I'm the
how many
dandelion that acts like
how
grass.
many butt licks do you need me to lick your butt for until you're on board? Because I'll do it a few more times. I really I want you that bad. I will. But I also think that man, this we could not do
I
that.
need to stop that shit. I
Yeah.
know. I hear you. I need to stop.
But I'm really glad you told me, and
Mm.
uh, thank you for sharing. I see it's I was I felt okay Saturday, but I'm sure part of it was just this the whole red pheasant from Friday too, and everything else. So anyway, I haven't read your entry yet, so this is all brand new to me. This is fresh out of the oven for me. So thank you.
I'm I'm so glad that it was fresh, because I read it, I kind of saw it, and I was like, what happened? And I had been going through my own vulture moments of, you know, it's a very similar thing when you set that up in your story and then you get exactly what you need for your next level up. And to be on the airship and have that happen, which which I thought, Yesenia, you did amazing because you didn't bring a dojo into the airship, and you did it with honor. You went and you felt your feelings and you brought them in and used it creatively. And then that's why I really wanted to do dojo tonight because I'm so glad you could be here and you didn't have to sit with it and you didn't have to cut with your golden scissors. And I think this is like such a mature way to approach life. And I'm really grateful, and honored to witness you.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to like, just be like the whole put my setup and be like, so what did you mean by that? Where I understand the vibe for Saturday night. So I kind of just muted myself. Like I said, I wrote in the entry, I locked myself in the bathroom and let y'all talk in the lounge. And I kind of heard and peeped, but like I just stayed very quiet because I do have a lot of honor and respect for you, James. Like I'm not going to disrespect the space. Like no matter how I feel, I'm just gonna bring it to you. And I think what I need to stop doing is worrying that you're gonna ask me to leave and just if you ask me to leave, you ask me to leave. Like whatever. Why am I so worried about that? Why do I come here and I'm like, oh, excuse me, guys. There's people that come here and they don't care. And you know what? You let them slide. So and it's not that I'm not saying you let them slide, but you give them a lot more witness and accommodation. And when I heard sewage, that's another thing that like it's like why is he so hard on me? But it's like why wouldn't he? Because I'm fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah, man. All those are true. This is Heyoka. I'm only gonna Heyoka out my ass. I can't do that consciously. I wouldn't be able to practice that kind of magic, right? So probably gonna be pushing out more red pheasants when I'm low calories, to be honest with you. You'll probably find that that's when the time, will come when I distribute stuff like this. But you guys wonder why it's hard for me to kick people out. So listen to what she just said. I'm afraid you're going to kick me out. I mean, how can I not fucking feel that fielding? That fielding's there. And what sucks is that I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you must really enjoy that." I fucking hate it. Are you kidding? I fucking hate it. Are you kidding? Because I know that when I do it, it's like fuck. Or when the reason why I let things slide is because this is a vitriol orchestra. Like we don't have t-shirts, but we will. It'll happen one day. But this is an orchestra that's literally playing the sound of vitriol to ourselves because it generates growth. So in my mind, that's an oboe saying sewage, just sitting in the sewage. And people are like, well, where'd that come from? See, in my mind, like if you had the posture that I think you have, I'm not seeing you right. I'm gaslighting the fuck out of you. In my mind, there would be no ability for you to compassionate how I could even say that word to you, which is why that word would have not have been heard. It would have been heard more. You would have heard Sulu. You would have heard Sulu because the setting is an airship. It's much more closer to this is an airship. I'm not trying to corner you here, but it is true. If you think about all the intricacies of the props and the furniture around, this is you haunting yourself, right? And yeah, I probably like literally, I bet you that my words said sewage. I bet you that happened. It's the same thing when I throw peanuts out the deck at the crows and I have to say peanuts, peanuts, peanuts. I'm saying penis, penis. I'm yelling penis. It doesn't matter. It's that's what people are going to hear because why would you yell peanuts out the window? You're going to yell penis. That's what people would yell just for no reason. So it's like same with Black Guy Club. It's not a black guy club. It's Black Eye Club. It's not a black guy who's in a club. It's the same words. This is why we have vowels. Vowels give us the space so you can inject the meaning into them that we need to have. And I probably did say sewage. That's probably what actually came out. So I don't
You
think
know, what was interesting, James, is I went I didn't hear it on airship, but I did go back and listen. And then I did hear it and I'm like, but it wasn't what you said, but it was what Yesenia needed. And the timing was absolutely stunningly perfect.
yeah,
How
I
do you
do
feel?
believe that. The
How do you feel,
locality.
Yesenia?
I feel like I definitely leveled up. Like so I'm not even mad anymore. Like that's kind of how I am. Like I take the medicine and I feel better, but I do know that I have to process this part of, you didn't even say intend to say that or said or really said it. So it's like, why would I hear that? It's more now I have to, dig some more. So I have more homework.
Unless we're really linked, you and I. And I swear to fuck that it really could just be more about this that you're like, look, I really want a dojo. And I'm like, okay, you want to fucking go? Sewage. You want to go? Captain Sewage. You want to go? Garbage Pail Kid? You want to do it? You want to do that? And this would be probably exactly the way that we would agree to do that to each other. So it could be more voluntary than we think, or more consensual than we think, I guess. This is the prawn economy. And if you embrace this, then typically you're better at work. People find more confidence in you because you're not embracing the success of the moment. You're just embracing the moment itself, right? That hey, the sink is leaking. This is what's happening. It's not like the world is dead because those no, it's just hey man, the sink's leaking. Look at this. It's the first time the sink's ever leaked like this. It's frankly a pretty special moment. We should we should take a moment and like just really suck it in that the sink's leaking right now. This is interesting, right? You, even taking that moment in the middle is you taking command of time. I talk about that a lot, but you can practice the magic when you catch yourself in that stress. This is the perfect example. If the sink's already leaking, think how much you could power up if you actually were to like stop just for like 3 seconds. Like, look, I'm gonna let it fucking flood for 3 more seconds because I want to drink the moment. This is pretty cool. Look at this. This is all stressy. Everything's all, oh my God, everything's wet. Oh, look at that. That's getting ruined. That's great. But if you can do that for a moment, this is what happened when the storm, by the way, when the storm hit. I was remarkably impressed with myself when that fucking hurricane in my glass, the window fell on my bed, broken glass on my fucking bed, hurricane pouring through, instant like salt water bleeding. Come out here, the windows is giant picture windows crashed out. Just the whole house is just shaking. I can't tell. I think it's shaking, but it's because all the trees are shaking. I was cool as fuck. I could not believe how cool as fuck I was. It was like I was just dilated. I was just like, wow, this is intense. Like this is intense. The other night when the mouse it was 3 in the morning the second night. This was the right before Friday, and the mouse came. It's this one particular area, and I got up and I was very upset because I really wanted to sleep so bad. But I remember how cool I was. I had to start moving and pulling paneling off in my underwear in the dark, and because I had a feeling this is probably where the mouse is, and I cut my fingers, but it wasn't because I was mad. It was because I was in the dark and I was like half naked, and I was just like I didn't want to go get a crowbar, and you don't crowbar naked. It's just weird, okay? So it's you're just pulling this off and stuff, and like I'm just saying I have a lot more moments like that. Most of my moments are like that. And I never really notice it's a disaster until days later. It's days later where I'm like, oh wow, I fucking fell off the deck. Days later, I'm like, oh, I guess that did happen. Because really what was happening was this is just an intense moment. Holy shit, I can feel the stem cells right now. Look at those guys. They're just like, fucking charge. It was just, everything was alive and awake like that. So if we can embrace this, you just fucking call me sewage. See, in my mind, the posture was not to do what you did. In my mind, the perfect posture would have actually been, Captain, I cannot fly this ship. This thing's a multi-million-dollar aircraft. And frankly, what you said, I'm just over here going, what the fuck do I do? Like, how do I fucking drive this thing? And you would be able to compassionate what I would do. I mean, you would think about it. If you, I think I would answer that pretty well. I'd be like, well, what did I say? What happened? Right. So it's like, even that is an opportunity. I'm not telling you you did it wrong. I'm saying that if you would have had even more calories, more confidence in yourself, you would have found it impalatable to take the ship out. You would have pulled it over right away and say, what do you fucking call me? What'd you fucking say to me? Like that would have been adorable, right? What you did is adorable.
You're right. And not even that, if we go even moments before that, if when you went Yesenia and I go, actually, Captain, Brad's gonna co-pilot this ship, that wouldn't have even happened because then I wouldn't have had, because it was a shaky roll call. Like it was just very repetitive. You could tell that you could feel that I wasn't there. I wasn't on my A game. So it's just, like you were right in taking the mic, but it was just like even in that moment when you took the mic, I guess it felt for me it felt like ah, I didn't do it right. I already felt it like that I didn't even do it right.
Yeah, and
And
that's what it's like to be on stage. Yeah, you're in the band, we're improvising. The stage is real, the hecklers are real. This is exactly why it's like being a mod, just at like 25% amps. Like it's the same exercise. That's why I really love the Muppet Show. It's not just for, okay, first of all, I get a lot of joy out of that, but I'm just, if each of you are exposed in this way, right, where you're exposed in that kind of karaoke kind of karaoke, holy fuck, karaoke and karaoke is holy fuck, karaoke
Karaoke.
is this.
Karaoke.
I'm gonna invent this karaoke because this is what it is, and I want this to be the show. This is what makes the Muppet Show, right? It is exactly this, and anything else is falling into the fascism of the schedule is the king, or the show is the king, or the viewership is the king. Friday Dojo is a unlisted episode. I'm not gonna show that to the public. It's too much weird things going on, too many advanced things that were happening, too many subversive, passive aggressive things. The fact that the show doesn't get to be published is not a deep loss for me. It is something I want us to avoid. And when it happens with members, if you remember what happened with Pi, where we sort of kind of derailed the show for a bit to stop. And then when we did that, then Pi showed up. And I was hoping that this was cool. Pi's going to be with us now. But it didn't work. He may still come back. I want you to remember that that's a big, I think it's important to remember that in the dojo. No one really leaves. It's just a healthier way of thinking about it. Because when someone storms off, and I'm not trying to say that in a negative way, storming off is you making it clear that you're gone. That's important that you get to say that, but it's just as important. We would be amiss if we were not to want that to be just part of their calligraphy. Sometimes your karate is so strong, you have to go out to the parking lot to finish a move, and then you come back, and then your move's done, is what I'm trying to say. So it's all energy work. And frankly, roll call is hard because uh, I gave you a regurgitative duty, if you think about it, Yesenia. I said, you're going to do roll call. And in a sense, you have no choice as the apprentice on the show to kind of follow orders. And when you follow orders, you are actually not acting in full autonomy. You're trying to follow orders. And so even this is a really good exercise. And the reason why I've been talking about who's who, like which person's in which role. Lori, I was kind of throwing Uhura around. I hope it's okay, but it's like these different roles that people have are just fun toys. But more importantly, if the show was to take off in a fun way, the roll call would actually turn into a ship's report. And the ship's report would be more the engine room is blah blah blah, and the communications room is this, and the science officer has this to say, and Sulu's locked in the bathroom, frankly. You fucking insulted Sulu, and Sulu's gonna pull out a sword, take off his shirt, come out here, and start chopping people around. And it's like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We got tribbles, well, whatever it'll be. This is our job, is to we are hunting for these moments. The destination is the topic, and we don't even lean into that enough. I really think that we need to play with that motif more, that we're moving the ship now to a different sector of the galaxy, and that sector is this. It's such a vehicle for moving the collective mind too. So I hope it organically grows. I don't want to spoil it. I don't even like assigning who I think I told Renee I'm never going to tell anybody, because I don't want to force my, like, it's an imaginary free for all. It's, but it would make it easier if we're doing a show, you would have more confidence to make up for the regurgitative thing that happens when you're entering into a team environment that would come away, I think, when you get to enter as a sachem. This word is in society, we just don't know it. A supervisor is a sachem. You're not called by your name anymore. You're called by the sachem role, right? So the ship's captain is a sachem. The navigator is a sachem. The science officer, the engineering department is a sachem. Communications, all these are sachems. It's even more organic than we think. And I think that if we had a higher posture, each of us would want that. We would want to know what our duty is because we would find confidence in that, and we would start to even bring to the show the science officer's perspective, right? Or the navigation. It really gives you an opportunity to have a vector, if it makes sense. The mods already have this. They sort of have the advantage of, well, I'm a mod, so I'm supposed to say something, or I'm supposed to do this, or blah, 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 stuff like that. So the show could work the same way. It's in a lot of flux right now. I don't know where it should be. I've been even thinking about maybe should it be on Wednesday nights instead. I'm really flexible on everything. I would be crushed. I'm crushed that Pie's gone.
Yeah,
I hope
me
he comes
too.
back. And
Me too.
I'd be crushed if you left. I'd be crushed if Pie is up. Pie was upset. Pie is up. I don't know, but Pie was upset with me. He was upset, but when I looked at the words that he said, I I, I did as best I could to witness that. I mean, I just it's I wish it was different. Honestly, if I wasn't in charge of this thing, I probably would have reached out to Pi personally. But it really does. I did reach out to him. It's just I did it as a collective, if it makes sense. I'm doing it now. Um, I'm doing it right now. Would love to see Pi come back, but also we got a lot to do. There's a lot to do, and we could use more confidence, not less. We could be dojo and could be a lot better if all these things are more uh, practiced and we have more confidence in expecting them to happen. So
Yeah, that's good stuff. Um, I think it's really the utmost strength in this day and time to not separate and divide, but to bring yourself into balance. And the best way that I've seen is to bring, your most embarrassing pieces and parts and bring it here. And then there's creativity that comes from it. There's a lot of stuff that's going in on the chat and it's like it's good that it's there, but like how can it like James, like how can it come here? And like I don't know. I just kind of like I was feeling into, this ceremony that we're gonna, like how does that work? I mean, how do you bring a ceremony here? It doesn't really belong on radio. Does it belong in dojo? And how do we do that with, like so there's
I
lots
was
of little
hoping
things
for,
going on, like these little things going on. And I'm like, I just will say to you, I will commit to a certain thing and I will do the thing. And then I'm going to I'm just going to let the thing go. Like, that's what I'll do because the, the calories that I leak waiting for something else to happen, or this is happening, there's a lot of spinning out that's happening. And then I'm like, well, I'm really focusing on my consciousness and my trajectory to pollinate is like, um, what I'm here to do. So I that's why I'll even put myself on the mat when I'm modding. If I have to put myself on the mat because that's what's going on, I will do that. And I guess I should have given you a heads up that saying I'm not going to be able to mod. There's just too much going on. I have to put it out. So I don't know if that would be better communication. And then like trying to keep up with the way that chat is, there's just all these different threads and all of this different and it's just like wavy or something. So that's my anyone have anything to say on that?
I have a couple of things that I wanted to say. First, the ceremony that you're talking about, all I'm envisioning, this is what I'm seeing, right? Is maybe we need 15 minutes after a dojo, in front of a dojo, something, if that's okay with you guys, with James. But all I'm seeing is Nancy putting the crown on her head, and then, well, first you make, creating the space. Maybe you want to make a circle, maybe you want to call in the directions, whatever you do. So then Nancy wears her crown, and then you say, I now pronounce you wisdom crone, or something like that. Just a little, because it's just a fun thing. I mean, it really doesn't have to be. Don't sweat. All right, don't sweat yourself over this.
Oh, I'm not sweating. It's all
All right.
done. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't have any worries. I'm just saying to James, where's the right location? So dojo feels like dojo, and then airship, radio's radio, but this is different. There's a lot of stuff that's spinning in the chat that's different than these three things, and I'm not saying they're not part of the consciousness, and I'm just holding space for all of it. But like, I want to honor Nancy, and but I don't know if it's the right location or space.
Well, maybe people just want to send her stuff. The other thing
Right.
that I wanted to say is, as far as nights to do this, if you do Wednesday nights every other week, I have to then skip Miguel, because I'm in Miguel's Finding Hermes group. So if it's on Monday, I don't. So this is my plan for you. Mondays and Wednesdays, maybe the next week, or just Mondays.
Well, it's up to James and his time. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's another thing, James. I'm sorry to interrupt y'all, but and I'm sorry to put you on blast too, James. But when you texted me about the time, that's why I said what I said about, because James texted me about Saturday night being pushed to 10 p.m. and I was like, what works best? And he was like, probably 9 for the betterment of the group. So I think it's like we need to really put energy and time into the space. That's why, like, too, I locked myself in the bathroom on Saturday because this space holds all this energy. So why am I gonna throw a tantrum in front of y'all? Why am I gonna expect people to do my bidding or hold my feelings? It James holds this group so that we can all come here and, like he said earlier, paint with this energy. And if we just throw this tantrum here, or if we expect to be accommodated all the time, we're honestly sewage.
Okay, well,
I don't. I'm not asking to be accommodated.
I just
I'm
want to
just
say Teenage Mutant Ninja
listening.
Turtles live in the sewer. They're from Turtle Island. There's just a lot of cool. I'm just saying that maybe the sewage isn't so bad. In fact,
No,
We're
no,
connected, James, because
okay.
when I was crying to my partner, she was like, "Well, at least Did she mention the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?"
Nate like found I don't know where he found that, but Nate's like dropping turtles. I'm like, oh my God, he's finding turtles. That's amazing. All right, so look, it is wishy-washy. I am all over the place. I cannot steer this thing straight to save my fucking life. And I'm often uh not sure the schedule. Uh I've also I I am so crazy just trying to get this website done too that it's and there's a book. There's just a lot of I'm not I keep waiting for the group to speak up and frankly say, look, man, can we just fucking do this? And so this is great. I'm all for this. And honestly, my schedule is the most flexible. I enjoy hearing. Look, I want to do the Miguel group on Wednesday. It's a great group. I'm a patron of Miguel's. I mean, I want you to do that. I don't want to take away from that. So, um,
Thank you.
I think that maybe if you guys like this idea, first of all, if we're in the middle of a radio show, if we're in the middle of a dojo, and we think that this might be something that we would typically publish on Dojo Earth, we can just decide this is you can literally any of you can pull a dojo, pull it. You can. It's private. It means it's still there on the record. I'm going to fight you on removing it from the record, but it's private. So that's guys, that's not a big deal. You may see me go, oh, but that's just because I just want to share what we do with the world. But I don't want to share what happened Friday with the world. Honestly, if 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 the cooker wouldn't have said what he said, I probably would have. But it was just two of the worst possible just wow. It's just oh my God. What why are you guys here? It's like that. I was like, get out of the bus. What the oh, I
I'm with,
cannot wait to get you home. It was like
uh,
that. But anyway, the point is that it's fine to cut that off, okay? But I don't know what's too much and what's not enough, but I do see vehicles that offer different sorts of kind of interactions for you guys. And I wish that they were more I hope that they get more kind of serious in a fun way. One of which is the radio show, another of which is Dojo. And then the rest of those would, I think, typically be more. I'm still going to call them Dojo because I am, but post show stuff when I'm back in the show thing. So those are kind of three different levels. And if we can pull it off, if we enjoy it, if there's room for three, I may be overproducing. It's not the first time I've heard that. So if that's too much, then I'm going to find out. I frankly the radio show numbers are kind of low. Not a lot of people tune in to watch that. So um, it's a bummer because I love the show. I don't need it to take off fully, but I'm just saying I pay attention to what it looks like people want to do. So. Um, with all that said, maybe Dojo is supposed to be once a week. Maybe it's supposed to be Monday night. Maybe I have to. I don't want to lose any mods though. This is another reason why I'm the day before. I'm like, we're gonna have Dojo tomorrow because I find out Cameron's schedule. And I'm like, well, but I didn't Dojo last Friday. I want to see him I want to see him Dojo. I want to see him mod. I want to see Lori mod. I want to see Renee mod. I had two of them lined up the other day. I told them both. I just lied to both of them. I wanted to tell them both. Look, I really love you guys as mods. So I said to Cameron and Renee, "Hey, can you guys mod Wednesday?" Then they both showed up and they tried to mod. So I agree. I'm spinning out all over the place. It's all over the place, and I'm happy to not. I'm happy to be on a schedule, and that schedule could be if we want to do both. There's if the radio show is once a week, we pick a day for that, and if we can come down to Dojo, I think I'd do better there if we did have a schedule like that. And if the mods want to take turns rotating, or you guys just want to decide among yourselves who wants to mod, if Monday works. I'm not trying to say Monday has to be it, but we happen to be here, so there's that too. So tell me what you got.
that sounds good to me. It would be better if I kind of knew a little bit ahead so I can plan too. And I'm sure all of us feel that way. And I think us rotating through a mod schedule would be great. And then if we couldn't make it, we just ask another mod to mod. So that's my feedback.
Yeah, sounds good to me too, Lori.
Yeah. How about you, Renee? Good. Hey, Yesenia, your hands
Yes,
up.
it sounds good. And even if, you just like Yesenia was saying, she just really didn't have the calories that day to be the co-pilot. It doesn't even have to be like it could be the day of. I mean, during
Yeah.
the month of April and June, I could barely like keep myself together. So I understand not having the calories to participate. So just really honor yourself there. And we can hear that. That's no problem. I mean, there are plenty of people who would. I mean, Brad was on board, so he would have loved to have taken over the co-pilot. But just if you just don't feel it, I remember saying like, I just don't. I'm just running on fumes, man. I got nothing. And when you don't have it, you really don't have it, right? So a beautiful mix-up that happened. But I was thinking that we were kind of debating between Sulu and Chekhov. So James, if you would have said Chekhov, this whole Sulu thing would never have happened, but we wouldn't have checked it off the box, right? We needed to check a box, right? Okay, that's it.
Go ahead, Yesenia.
Yeah, I wanted to inquire because I really love all three of you. Like I'm sorry, can I have my cake and eat it too? And can we vote on this? Because there's different vibes on different days. And there's different types of people and everyone has a different schedule too. So it could be like I'm sorry to use this poor example, but like a DUI like class. Like there's a Monday teacher, a Wednesday teacher, and a Friday teacher, and there's different classes and maybe that could work if that works with everybody's schedule, of course. But that's just my 2 cents on that. And James, I'm gonna say this on the air. Um, I've been kind of using my professional hat to kind of tweak my schedule and justify it in terms of metrics and stuff at work so that I could make a Saturday night dojo because now I finally have the schedule too. And if I could just tweak the hours and, make it here, that works for me. But again, like I've also missed Saturday Night Dojo or I mean, ride for a long time, and I've been okay with just listening to it. But it's up to I always make it work. I make it work for you. Period.
Well, I really do
Cool.
have the most flexible. I mean, I'm just saying, I really do. It would make sense. The coffee shop is going to want to be open when you guys are going to come by and buy coffee. Like it's so
Do you
it
have James? Do you have metrics on when you get most people to come to dojo?
um it's such a good question. It seems like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are all pretty good days, but it's a different vibe. Friday day vibe is a little bit almost like a half dojo. The people, it's the vibe. It's not just necessarily Cameron or me or anything else. It's right after a live stream, you're not going to have the same kind of crowd. So, um, yeah, I don't know I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. I one thing we could do is alternate or I could do two JoJo's a week. I could. And then if you guys would uh pick your night or whatever, that's fine too. It's kind of like what the radio is. It's sort of like, well, the radio's maybe sort of its own dojo. It's kind of a different kind of dojo. It's very different, but I'm just saying it's a challenging thing that's kind of fun that you can do that, involves energy. In fact, if the radio was more pushed, we had more like a specific topic, had a little bit more like if you were building slides for it, things like this, that typically means you're putting more thought into like what we want to cover and what we want to touch on. It would be more of a technical kind of a dojo, if this makes sense, where there's just all kinds of different options. Karen, did you?
Oh no, I didn't really have, I guess, anything. I do, whenever Dojo is after the airship, I do, or whenever Dojo is after a live stream, I do end up typically falling into like trying to set the table in a way that is comprehensive to what you had covered, previously. So, maybe that doesn't set, maybe that's why it ends up kind of being like half steamed.
Well, it could be the perfect thing though, too, right? Like, do you see what I mean? There's three different levels. There's like
Yeah,
an entry level dojo, and then there's dojo. And then if you think about it, the radio show is like freaking dope. Like that's like you're on. Like it's a different kind of energy, but to me they're all energy work. So maybe this is exactly the way to do it. Maybe what we got is we're doing it. What we really lack is just the wishy-washiness of it, and just not really saying this is the schedule. Monday night is dojo. We're seriously doing dojo, and then maybe the Friday afternoon is really more of just kind of a just any day that I'm doing a show after the show, and that would be an opportunity to mod, but also it'd be a good opportunity for new mods who want to just practice and play. They could sit in because it would be a softer kind of version of the dojo. So maybe that's how we solve it. If we want to stick with Saturday nights, if we want to stick with Monday night dojo, I'm just in my mind. I was thinking of moving to Wednesday until Deb told me good information, which is there's a group that meets on Wednesday. So Tuesday, Thursday, those are other days too. Maybe Thursday night. I'm not trying to change it. You say I'm just saying that it there's no reason why it has to be Saturday. I even the name I'm not necessarily married to. Um and the schedule doesn't have to be once a week. I genuinely find it fun. I genuinely do. I feel if Brad was here, it feels like Brad's really committed to this too. So I just want to speak that for him too. It's, I don't want to lose any of that. So, yeah.
No,
Well,
sorry. I agree. I just think and now that like we're collabing kind of maybe Friday night ride instead of Saturday. That
I could do that.
so maybe that could relieve the half dojo, thing.
Um, there's really nothing to relieve on that. Like it could be that if we do Friday Night Ride, I still could be an after show. It's Saturday is better in the sense of it is kind of separate like that. If there's something, for whatever reason, I'm finding myself doing more topical things, more. It's almost like Friday. I kind of want to see how many people I can get to watch the live stream. So I might be going for more topics that are, more, hey, politics is real, really low hanging fruit like that, for people. And then, just to see, cause that's a fun energy too. It's just, um, so yeah, um, I don't know. I used to want it to be on Friday. I used to really thought Friday's the perfect night for it. I just don't know though, because of I don't know how much of a pull, uh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We could just.
I think the radio
well,
show is I think it's bound to work eventually. I just think it's too rich of a format as far as being able to grab it. Again, I became a Patreon because of the radio portion of the broadcast. I loved the live stream for a long time before that, and there were some things as far as the stars line when I was able to financially do it, but I was moved that first time when you really took a group of the people who were moved by you and you started allowing them to use the space to be creative and on the dojo radio side. So
Well,
I hope that the radio format is something that you continue to pursue because I know you understand how much further you can reach into a person's capacity for attention with when you're working with something like the voice there. And as far as schedules go, you might have heard my daughter just come in. Uh, I love that Brad and so there's some new blood Yesenia and really people who are enjoying and participating and seem uh, willing and eager to contribute. My kids are 5 and 7, which is a fun age, but it does become pretty engrossing. So I was lucky to be a part tonight, but uh, otherwise, yeah, my schedule can be kind of restrictive. Fridays have been good for me, and Friday night would actually be good for me as far as that goes too, and the Saturday nights. But anyways, I don't want it to be about that. I really just like to participate when I can, and when James tells me something, I certainly do what I can to be available. So thanks, guys.
yeah, I did Cameron, but I miss Renee as mod, so I want to see her come back. So if you want to do Mondays, baby, you just say the word. I love doing it, but I miss you uh, as a
You
mod
take
too.
turns. Maybe.
So
Yeah, I
I
like.
I see Annie's here. Hey Annie, and I miss I just wanted to big love and holler out to her coming back because I think she had a little bit of a hard time getting her voice onto the radio, and you have a lot to say when you can say it, and I thought you did great when you could get those little things in because you got them in, and it is a different and a more of a challenging format. So, but I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, thank you for coming, and I love seeing your little nature thing outside. So, yeah, I
Well,
just wanted to say that. Oh, go ahead. Do you want to say something, James? Go ahead.
yeah, on that note, if,
Uh,
if we do want to sync it in, if we want to try and lock that in, then I think the way to do it is to put a little bit of more oomph into Monday Dojo. We don't have a lack of topics, but it would not hurt if we were to start reviewing principles of dojo, just like little snippets on Mondays, and cover different things like that. There's already a lot of really great curriculum that is ready for that. So maybe that's something we could roll out. And then on the Saturday radio show, what I think would help a lot is it's tricky because I don't want anyone to feel beholden to the radio show, but also I can't do a radio show unless some of you are going to be beholden. It doesn't matter which ones are beholden, as long as some of you are always beholden. And I've been burned before uh, on the shows like this where it just takes a lot of time. You put in a lot of calories, and then you want other people to take it seriously, at least somewhat. You just feel like a fool if not. And so I think we need a producer for that show. And the producer really is, I think, more of it's kind of like what the mod does, but it's more thinking about what is the topic, what have I been asking people for topics, and people
I'm good at topics.
thinking about which shows are going to be what. If someone has a couple weeks knowing that they're going to do a topic about so and so, it actually could make for a much better show. Um, eh, this would allow the idea of a guest coming on, things like that. And so this could be something that um, might be fun to do. It could be, I don't want to name him, but I could see Brad or Yesenia maybe really enjoying that part of it. Just I'm not asking for a lot, but I do think that if we want to just really nail down the schedule, this would help a lot, I think, because each of us are sort of expected to bring something. It's a mitbringsel. It's not big. It's literally just a token of, look, this is important. We're going to talk about sacred flames today. We're going to talk about this, or we're going to talk about this, or that topic's next week. Maybe you should come there. And then if we actually knew who was going to be in the chair on Saturday, I think we should always have a guest spot, a specific guest spot. It could be one of our own. It could be someone from outside. I invited Carmen on. Carmen's a great member of the audience. If she's not participant in Patreon for, whatever reason, that's fine. But she's really just great energy, a lot of good insight. So it's like, I think that she would have felt more comfortable if everyone else was more in their role, if everyone else was more confident with their role in the show. And we don't have that yet until we start to imaginate where you sit in the vessel while you're on the show. I think if you just imagine that gives you the banter and the excuse to interject what you want to eject, and even you'll start to imaginate your approach. And I think our improv will improve a lot. The more we do that, the more we practice, and the more we allow a neophyte, a youngerling on the crew, actually makes everyone else behave more more in their roles. So it's really helpful in a lot of different ways. So
By the way, I'm willing to help in any way that you need me. I'm happy to be mod, but I really don't feel like it's the right time right now. I feel like Brad and Yesenia's got to go, anyway, but I'm up for doing whatever. And I've got a ton of subjects.
well,
I coordinated an art and writing magazine before, so
well, excellent. I know that I keep saying this, but I do intend to finish the website and then really come out with we used to do a Monday school. I love. There's a lot of cool little topics that come online with stuff. There's just a lot that could happen. And I used to do a show every day, so it's that's not beyond me. It's just it is right now. However, I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to do shows. I mean, I've found slides that just like, God, I can't believe I found this slide. I can't believe this slide's here. I can't believe this slide. It's amazing all the gold that's just waiting. So I do think will come out be a good fall. I know it's already fall, but it'll be a good fall once I come out of the gate.
Well, I'm really happy about that, James. and that you don't have to rework all your slides and you can just reintroduce them because there's always new people watching and you have so much data. I could watch a show 3 times and always get something
I
new.
really do. I have 4,509 or 69. Actually, I forgot all about the Eye of Ra presentation. That was 100 more slides that were just added right before this dojo. So it's even more than that. But yeah, I can literally type in the word epigenetics and I've got like 70 slides and they just show up instantly. And I'm just like, holy fuck, this is amazing. So one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't recognize people. I wish it did that. I wish that I could say Fauci and it would bring up every slide that has Fauci. It'll bring up every slide if Fauci's name's written on the slide, but it doesn't, the Janus model doesn't have the ability or it's chosen not to give you the ability to recognize a face. So it'll just say, creepy white dude who's ominously at a press conference box, like it's Fauci, but you don't know it doesn't actually say that. So there's a little bit of downside to this, and the transcript thing. I wish that um, the transcripts are only associated with who's saying what in Dojo as of like 3 months ago. I wish that I could have made them go back all the way, but it doesn't look like it's feasible. But I think in a year, if this model holds up, it'll just be like, holy shit, just off the chain. How intelligent this thing will be when it comes to giving you a mirror into any activity on the dojo. So it's very exciting.
Well, yay. Anything that you can be more productive and not have to work as hard, I think is good for all of us.
And review.
Yesenia, your hands up. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just really glad that all of this happened on Saturday because look how Dojo Earth Radio has evolved. Because I remember when it got debuted with Lori, you guys made it apparent on the show that we weren't going to do a structure thing. We're just here to have fun on Saturdays, but the fun has evolved where, we kind of need a structure to have even more fun. So it's like I'm really glad we're here. In terms of, being like on the crew and owning, and that's the thing, like I this whole dojo has made me realize like I need to stop pretending that I don't have responsibility. Like I really do. I have a lot of responsibility. I have a lot of witness. People have this idea of kind of what I need to, what product I need to release. So why am I not releasing that product? It's if I promise you an action figure line and I don't create it at all. I don't have anyone on the assembly line. What am I doing? Why am I showing up on Saturday pretending to sit in a beanbag chair when I'm supposed to be right beside you steering the ship? So what am I? And I see where I messed up, and I take it personally when I slouch and people call me out for slouching. So. I need to stop doing that shit. So thank you.
Can I just say, you guys are all too fucking hard on yourselves. Oh my God.
I agree. I know
Yeah,
I
I
am
want.
only. Can I just, I realized today that I've been a bully to myself. I mean, it's like it's ridiculous how hard, yeah. Anyway, and when that word came up, I was like, oh my God, I've been like bullying anyway. So yeah, I agree with you, Deb.
Well, I do think that Yesenia has a point in the sense of I think we could be having a lot more fun. Everyone will be dancing more confidently with the structure.
I don't know what role I'm playing on the airship, so it's like I think it's a mystery. I need to know what my name is, at least so I can play in character.
Hmm. Well, start picturing an airship and what would happen, what would be required in that place. I've always pictured that the airship has a roller skating rink inside the actual airship itself, and there's a food court in the middle that serves fried mozzarella sticks. Because this is just how I define what would be, you know, it just makes sense. Why would you not do that? Like if you had an airship, why would you not put a roller skating rink inside of it? So yeah, so there's a lot of activities to do there. There's a lot of fun riffing, you know, uh, to do on that platform and where you go. And if we want to talk about roles and stuff like that, we can do that too. The tricky part is that I'm gonna if Saturday comes and someone can't make it, it's going to be more like, oh, well, what do we do? So it's almost like it maybe, I don't know. I'm glad that it's coming the way it is. And I think that the wishy-washy comment is a good comment because I think Lori sees that there's a potential for us to have more fun. And it's not fun thinking someone called you sewage or you don't know what's happening or we don't know when dojo is or when we're meeting next. It's more to have, you're looking forward to that. You know it's coming. I'm just saying it makes more sense to be harder on ourselves right now as long as it feels good. Like it makes sense. It's doing great. Nate type bring back moon days. We used to do a moon day radio broadcast for a long time. And that was yeah, it was great too. It's a lot of good sharing, a lot of good stuff comes out of that. So,
Are
Hey,
the
in
um,
those
moon
days,
days, excuse me, are the moon days available on YouTube right now? Like in the past broadcasts?
they are on my website if I would ever release it. So they're there, but you may have trouble just finding them. Like they're there, but like if some of them are unlisted, you're not going to see which ones are which and things like that. So we've probably had like three sort of kind of spin-off shows, I guess you would say, that have been done since I've been doing this. High Magic is one, Moonsday cast is one, Apaka Crypto is one, believe it or not. Dojo Homeschool is one. And then we did a Monday School series. That's one. There's a lot of and then there's Principles of Dojo. There's just it's just awesome. I could meet every night. I really could. I have I fucking love what I do. I only try and just not do it too much. I try and that's why when someone typed the other day, your show's ending, and I was like, yeah, I could go longer, I could go longer, and really, I just need to shut the fuck up and be like, yeah, the show's ending. That's what you want. You want it to end. Stop telling me you're mad the show's ending. You literally want that to happen. You will bitch if I do not end the show. So I need to know when to stop singing. Um, Otherwise, I do it every day.
We had fires a couple times too. That was kind of fun, James.
Yeah, yeah, lots of fires
Fire
too, for
maybe
sure.
for a full moon or a new moon, or
Yeah,
if there's some type of event
yeah,
we
yeah. We do like a new
commemorate,
moon
we
thing.
have a
Yeah,
fire. So that's
yeah,
something to talk about.
yeah. Sometimes
And
those were like 4 hour sessions too.
well,
Those.
that was a yeah, that was a lot sometimes,
Yeah,
but yeah, that was a kind of a fun gathering to look forward to getting together. So yeah,
that's right.
out there.
I was just gonna say, I'm always home on Saturday night and I'd be happy to sub if somebody can't make it.
Cool.
I find it fun, and I do like being here as a moderator. I've learned so much just by the witness. And I just wanted to, we have about 5 minutes if nobody has their hand raised. I just wanted to give a mission report. My pollination is going really, really well. And it's really interesting when you bring all your calories back into your spine and you don't expect to belong to things you don't belong to. A resonance, it's like, why would you want to belong to something you don't resonate with? Just so that you can be part of the herd. So when I went to go pollinate for the couple of times I've been out to pollinate, places and spaces that used to haunt me don't haunt me anymore. And people are really attracted. There's a lot of bees buzzing around, and I'm having a lot more fun. And I don't feel like exactly like this is home, but I'm home. You know what I'm saying? It's just like there's no other place to be. And it's been really, really, really awesome. So being able to take all that stuff that, I wrote about it, but the shit is really part of mulching and it's really, really important. It's really the shadow. And the shadow has to come back and you have to dance the moon shadow dance so that you can actually be your authentic, quirky, peculiar, relaxed, peaceful self, not trying to, you know, yank on energy of people that you don't really even. It's a beautiful thing when you can look at a person and see their beauty instead of looking at them and seeing you don't belong. It's been really a gift because they're really beautiful, but I don't really want to hang out there. And I've been really, wow, I really do like my own company more than anyone else's, really. So that's like the huge celebration when you can get there. And without this location here, I think I would have got there, but probably it took me longer, way longer. So Yesenia, I'm so grateful you came to put yourself here on the mat so graciously.
Yeah.
And it didn't take any energy. It took energy for you to get back, you know, to put yourself here. But the fact that you're such a youngling in the big scheme of things, but an old soul, and that you got to reclaim the mulch. And I don't know what's going to happen next with you, girl, because it's amazing to watch. And I'm really grateful I get to be one of the people that witnesses you and all of y'all. So
Well said. I agree.
I thank I thank everyone. We have 2 minutes if anyone has any last minute comments or wants to speak up, say
I just
something.
want to say I love you. I
I
love you very much, Lori.
love you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love you guys. This is great. Really appreciate it. And anytime we're doing something, if it needs to turn into a dojo, it'll turn into a dojo. It'll be fine. The airship will just hover. It'll hover, and we'll work it out. And it's a vitriol orchestra. Drama is actually heat, and heat is how we change. So we want drama. And if you ever catch me criticizing someone for having drama, I have a shitty posture when I'm doing that. It's not the right way to do it. So, um, yeah, appreciate you guys.
James, I love you, James. But I still stand by what I did in the sense of time and place, and I feel like most members should really see what I did as like an example. Like there's a time and place for everything. There was a time for Saturday Night Ride, and there's a time to actually process this and come here. Imagine if I threw the tantrum in front of you, like what would have happened then? Like there's just so many other factors involved.
What would make it a tantrum?
A Miami accent.
What would make it a
The
tantrum? You just
um
called it a tantrum, though. Why'd you see?
I was literally having a tantrum, like how you mentioned before, the
Mhm.
intensity. Like it was just like I was crying. I was like, "Fuck James!" Like the whole the whole thing. I don't want to have that in front of
Mm.
you. I didn't because I knew there was an inner knowing, an inner vibration that it wasn't "fuck James." That was just what I was pointing at because I didn't want to look inside.
I
Yeah.
think James can handle the fuck James.
What
So
hurts me the most is when I don't get that. That's what hurts the most. Pi didn't give me that. He didn't give me that. And that shit hurts the most. It's when someone is like, "Yeah, I've been here for years, but I'm out because you didn't read my fucking mind." And it's like, "Yeah, I can read your mind now. This is I can read your mind now. I know exactly how easy it is to leave without saying anything." It's one of the most common things that I see. So to me, when someone tells me how they feel, I'm just like, God, thank you so much. It just means so much to me. And yeah, I feel horrible that somebody I love is spending days wondering why I call them sewage. That's not cool. Like that's
But it's consideration. Like I considered you, Lori, Brad, Renee. Y'all came on to have fun.
Mhm.
And it's like I'll just take my basketball and sit on the sidelines and
Yeah,
cry
I'm
and
not
let y'all
saying you
play.
shouldn't have. Yeah, I take it back. You're right. I shouldn't have said, "Hey, it would have been a better posture if you did this." I shouldn't have said that. I'm saying that you could have done that, but I get it. Also, maybe I didn't get it earlier, and so I'm glad you're saying it now. Um, it's I have to honor the fact that you're going to hold that you got to hold that feeling that I felt that way about you, and I was not consenting to that. That's the only part that's really uncomfortable, and that's my weight to bear. So
You
it's
gave me medicine, so thank you.
hey,
you
do what I can.
know, and I
No
think about
problem.
all of the connections here, and I've seen a lot of the people that were here, and they were really, really attached here. And I think every one of them is hurting for not being that they left, because they left a piece of themselves here. And I just want to say we can hold that for everyone to own that and come back, you know?
I do a homecoming every fall, believe it or
Mhm.
not. I usually post something and I say, if you've been to Dojo and you fucking hate me, I would love to. If you want to come back, you can tell me you hate me, but just, man, if you want to come back, this is it. I don't know how constructive it's been. Sometimes it's caused some trouble, but I do believe in that. And
Good.
it's good energy. So especially because that's magic just waiting to be unwrapped, from their end, like what Lori was saying, and from our end, from the dojo side too.
And it's a great time of year because the leaves are falling and everything's getting turned to mulch, and all that threads that people left and pushed it all on you. And if they just came back, they took their power back, it would just be a level up for everyone involved. So we're 2 minutes over. I want to honor people's time, but great.
I'm confused. I thought it said 9 o'clock. I looked at the time and it's maybe I need new glasses. I'm so sorry I was so late. Oh my gosh.
All right,
No, I
welcome
really
back,
thought it
Nancy.
was 9.
Yeah, oh, sorry, but yeah, we was 8 o'clock.
I'll,
We
I'll
do eight
enjoy the
o'clock.
replay. I'm like, oh, it adds to the couple days I've had, so it's all good.
Is 8 o'clock a good time for you, Nancy?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean,
Because you guys.
initially I saw 8, and then when I went back, it looked like it was 9, and I did it again. I'm like, okay, anyway, it's okay. I really have had a couple days that great ritual stuff. I'll share with it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
I'm so sorry though. I really thought it was starting at 9 tonight. Oh, so I'm not going to bully myself for not seeing it correctly. Okay.
Good.
I'm
Good.
Where are we? Up or down? It's a wild ride.
It is. Well, thank you guys. Everyone want to unmute and say goodbye?
Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for
Love you.
Well, bye.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Nice to see you, Annie.
Yes,
Annie.
Good seeing you.